We have a question from Captain No Matter, and he asks, "How do you know that someone is the right person for you?"
Well, like Steve,
Is that me?
Yeah,
that was you.
my feet don't reach.
Well, like Steve Jobs said, you got to trust your heart, your curiosity, and your intuition because they somehow already know what you want to become. You got to listen to what your intuition is communicating to you because I know if you guys have read my book 3% Man, when I was in my mid 20s and I was trying to figure, I was going to move to Orlando and I had a serious girlfriend for a couple of years at that point. All my friends are getting married. And everybody's like, when are you guys getting engaged? And, I had all that kind of pressure. And I didn't feel like I wanted to get married. I didn't feel like I was in the right place to do it or I was ready. And quite frankly, I wasn't feeling like I was at that place where I wanted to marry my wife. I wanted to keep dating her. But I remember she said, hey, the only way I would move up to Orlando if you're moving up there is if we were engaged. And so I was kind of like, I didn't really want to break up, but kind of really didn't want to get engaged either. And then I went and proposed and figured out we'll put the engagement off and the wedding for a few years. And
Oh, Lord.
yeah, her mother especially just put the hammer down and we were married within like less than a year, I think it was. And it never felt right. And I was just going along with it. And then after about a year, I finally pulled the ripcord. And so you don't want to do that. And so it's got to feel right. The whole purpose of all relationships is you go there to give. You're there to help each other grow and become more. You're there to meet each other's needs. Ideally, you want somebody that's easygoing, easy to get along with, similar goals, similar values. Like I did a video newsletter this morning, and the guy, he broke up with his girlfriend a year ago, and he's like an avid Trump supporter, all about, getting promoted and rising in life based upon your own merits. And his ex-girlfriend was like, she was kind of like a woke idiot, basically. And she'd get mad at him and call him a racist and insult him. And she wasn't easygoing, easy to get along with. And like when they first started dating, I think he went out on their first date. He was like, "Oh, I'll call her 4 or 5 days later." I think they went out like a Friday night or something. He's like, "Oh, I'll call her next week sometime, take her out." Second date went pretty good. He says 3 days after that date, he called him or texted him, just insulting him, berating him, being pissed off because she was mad that he hadn't called her or texted her since the date. And that's kind of one of the reasons why you do those things. You're trying to see, what are you dealing with? Are you dealing with a girl that's easygoing, easy to get along with, or a jack in the box? Because a jack in the box is going to, freak out and get upset. And somebody that's easygoing, easy to get along with is going to be like, "Oh, hey, I'm so glad you called. It's great to hear from you again. I had a great time last week." That's what you're looking for. Easygoing, easy to get along with. But despite the fact that she berated him and reached out to him and was all angry, he continued dating her. And they had different goals, different values. Politically, they were polar opposites, and it created a lot of friction in their relationship. Like, he didn't want to get the clot shot, but she's a doctor, and so he ends up getting COVID. And instead of, he's like, she wasn't even supportive. She was like, "I told you should have taken the shot. You're such an idiot, you dummy." He's like, "I'm sick as a dog." And instead of her being supportive and nurturing, she's berating me and kicking me when I'm down. He's like, "I didn't like that at all." And that was just one of the many things that led to him breaking up with her. And yet here he is a year later, because he hasn't found anybody that he liked better. And now he's thinking about going back to somebody that was, in his words, mediocre. He always felt like he could do better. But a lot of people do that. Most people major in minor things. He was willing, I should say he was open to the possibility of settling. And so if it feels right, and the other thing you got to consider is this somebody you want to have children with? Do you see her as the mother of your children? Yes or no? It's a simple thing. And if you're not like, "Hell yeah, I'd love to have her as the mother of my children," then the answer to that question would be no.
Well, my thing is he probably never found anybody or, got to have a connection with somebody because he was too busy focusing on her and on the past things.
Definitely, human connection's a really big thing, and it's hard to find.
It's either there or it isn't. You can't fake it. You can't negotiate desire.
There's no way out of it.
It's always there. You know, it's just like attraction is not a choice. Women know within 2-3 seconds if they would date and sleep with you from the time you meet. They feel it or they don't. You're not going to talk them into it. And so if it is there, you can reveal it through the things that I talk about in my book, and you can nurture it so it grows, because as a woman's attraction for you grows, the more she wants to be around you, the more she calls you, she texts you, she touches you, she gets close to you, she literally physically gets in your space, the more into you that she is. And so it's a process, and that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. But it's either there, or there's enough attraction there, or there's not. And when it's not mutual and it's not there, don't try to force it. Move on and keep searching until you find somebody who's like, hell yeah, I'd love to go out with you. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I'd love to. I'm so glad you asked. I was wondering when you were going to ask. That's what you want to hear.
Is it your turn? My turn.
How long have we been filming, Joss?
An hour.
Damn.
Literally 1 hour.
Literally
It
went
felt
over.
longer, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It
like an
felt
hour
longer,
30.
yeah.
Interesting.
I have no conception of time.
You have no conception?
Perception, conception. Whatever it is.
I think Eric is going to be mad if she shows up and we're done. She'll be pissed no matter what. Probably.
I don't like how there's like Katie questions spurted to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of Katie questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it harder to go
Yeah,
through
she
the
mixed
list.
them all in there somehow.
Yeah, they're all just mixed together, so it's tough.
Oh, this is a good one.
Whenever you're ready.
There was like close to 400 of them, so I know there's a shit ton in there.
Yeah.